Would you say you're a pro when it comes to interviewing? If yes, well, congratulations. If no, well, you're in the right place. I've been interviewing people and been in recruiting for 15 years. In today's video, I'm going to give you 6 secrets that the pros know when it comes to interviewing. Let's go. Now, the first big secret that most of the pros know when it comes to interviewing is that every minute you are in an interview is not weighted the same. What do I mean by that? Well, let's just say you're in an hour interview. You have 60 minutes. Those 60 minutes are all not worth the same amount when it comes to impacting the outcome of the interview. Now, what do I mean by that? Specifically, the first 3 minutes and the last 3 minutes of an interview make the most difference. I actually cover that topic in this video here, how to get a job in 6 minutes, but the reality is first impressions matter a ton. And a lot of people make up their mind immediately when it comes to talking to candidates. And the way you close an interview out also has a huge impact. Those 6 minutes might be worth almost as much as the rest of the interview combined. So it's key that you make a great first impression and you exit in a strong way. Now, don't get me wrong. Interviews can be won and lost in the middle of the interview. But if you really want to nail it and you really want to be a pro, well, you've got to crush the first 3 and the last 3 minutes. Now, the next thing that the pros know when it comes to interviewing is that your ability to interview is more important than your ability to do the job that you're interviewing for in the interview. Now, after you get hired, of course, it's more important to do the job, right? Being the best person at whatever it is great. You're the best software engineer in the world, amazing. You're the best quality engineer in the world, amazing. You're the best buyer in the world, amazing. But it's going to be really hard for you to get that job if you're not a good interviewer. In fact, there's often people who are great at a job and people who are good at a job. But if the people who are good at a job are great at interviewing, they're going to get hired a lot more than the person who is actually better than them at doing the job. So it pays to become really good at interviewing. It is a necessary skill for your career. Just like being good at your career is important for your career, so is interviewing. And if you really want to be a good interviewer, I want you to go down to the description box. That first link, it's the link to my full interview prep guide. And that guide teaches you everything you need to know about being a master interviewer. I teach you how to answer the most common interview questions. I have 25 specific tutorial videos teaching you how to become a master candidate. And I actually supply you with templates so you can reach out to recruiters and hiring managers and HR people. If you're really serious about becoming the best interviewer possible, go check out that link. The next secret that the pros know about interviewing is that if you do not build a connection with the person you were talking to, it's going to make it a lot harder to get that job. Actually building a relationship with the person, connecting, that is a skill. And that is a skill that pays massive dividends in the interview. Are you asking them questions about themselves? Are you noticing things about their desk, about, the thing that's on video, if it's a video interview, and making comments like, oh, did you also go to, Parkside, Wisconsin's, college or whatever? That's what I'm talking about. It's finding the ability to connect with them. One of the things that makes it easy is try to find connection points. It's an acronym called FORD, family, occupation, recreation, dreams. If you can connect with the person interviewing you about something that falls into those categories, you're going to build a bit of a connection in the interview. At the end of the day, people want to hire people they like. They want to hire effective people, but if you have the choice between 2 effective people and you really connected with one of them, you're going to hire this person. So part of interviewing is trying to find a way to actually build a connection with the person interviewing you. Hey, by the way, if you're finding value in this video, do me a favor, hit that like button. It's free. It tells YouTube I don't suck. It motivates me to make more videos like this, and it really helps the channel and me personally. And if you're already willing to do all that, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell. That way you never miss one of my 3 free weekly videos, all designed to help you nail your next interview and land your dream job. The next thing pros know about interviewing is that preparation is incredibly important. But all preparation isn't equal. You don't need to write like a dissertation on a company. You need to research a few key things, right? So you want to research what is it that the company does? What are their products? What are their offering? What are their services? You need to understand that. You need to understand what is going on with them in the news right now, current events. And then, on top of that, you need to understand the job that you're going to be doing and the part of the organization that you're going to be doing it for. Those are the things that matter. You don't need to know the CEO's middle name. You don't need to know like the entire history of the company, but the important things, those things you should research. Company values, Research those things, but you don't need to know every single little bit about the company. The next thing that pros know about interviewing is that if you can't quantify your impact, your answers might fall flat, right? If someone asks you the interview question, tell me about a time you improved a process. You can tell them about a time you improved a process, but if you don't include the impact of that in your answer is not nearly as powerful. If you say, hey, I improved a process for my company and it reduced downtime by 25%, and I was really happy with that. It was a big project and I was really proud of the outcome. That's good. That's good. But if you say I reduced the downtime by 25%, and over the first 12 months after that implementation, I saved my company on average $50,000 a month, that is quantifying your impact. And that allows the person interviewing you to imagine the type of impact you might be able to make for their team. So the pros know a story is good, but quantifying your impact in that story, well, that makes it great. The next thing that pros know is that at the end of the day, you need to be able to tell compelling stories in your interview. People practice answering common interview questions, and that's great. But how often do you practice telling a compelling story that gets the person leaning in and makes them want to hire you? You're probably thinking, well, I don't do that enough. Well, if that's the case, go watch this video next. This video teaches you how to leverage storytelling to become a great candidate. I'm done here. I'll see you over there.